Hey guys, today I'm going to be interviewing one of the Cardish Tycoon developers. I'm going to be giving him your questions in Cardish Tycoon. So let's begin with the video. Hello Mr. Ragan.
What's up?
Today I'm going to be giving you questions that the community really wants to ask you. So let's begin with the first question. First question is from Hungry Bee, and what he says, in terms of events, will there be any more character events?
It's dependent. I mean, the collector events, primarily help us, work back with monetizing the cards that we pay for with licensing. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of them. I know people don't like them as well. So, I'm still trying to find other solutions to it. I know people want different things. We're trying right now the limited cosmetics, which are doing okay. So, we're doing everything we can. I know people are not hugely acquainted with them, but we're really trying to come up with, the best solution for the community that everyone loves.
Alright, let's move on to the second question. Second question is from Shvag, and he's asking, do the developers actually look at the map and game suggestions in the Discord server?
In terms of game suggestions, I actually do use it a lot, especially for cars. I have my own channel in the dev server, the CDT dev server, and in that channel I very often forward a bunch of suggestions into my private channel. So next time, we have a meeting and we start planning, what's going to happen over the next couple of months, the updates that are going to come out, I usually pick a car or multiple cars, from my channel. Because my channel is my little sanctuary of all my favorite suggestions and all the cars I see highly requested. But I do read it pretty often, and I actually do use the cards from there pretty often. And in terms of map, right now our map developer, because he works on many games, he doesn't only work on CT, he's a little busy. So currently I'm not actively looking in it, but whenever he is free and whenever he does work a little bit on the CDT map, I do forward stuff to him. He actually looks a lot on that channel as well, on himself, and he is actually making the map, so it's pretty good to have that channel. But it is useful. It does get used.
But I appreciate the answer a lot because a lot of people are waiting for the new map. However, let's move on to the third question. It's from NSXFR. When the new map is coming?
So, as a follow-up to the previous, it's kind of similar. The map guy is kind of busy. He works on many games. Obviously, I know people are really excited about it. The main issue with the map, from the leaks, first of all, that people talk about is that it was really open. It just wasn't really CDT vibe. I know the screenshots look pretty good, but the actual map was kind of, a bit empty. And then the map that came out, that one winter, I think it was Christmas around that time, had a lot of issues with the road sizing and the, elevation. A bunch of stuff that we're trying to fix when we work on the map again. But when the map guy is free, I do promise he is working on it, and we're doing everything we can to get that, because I know people really want it.
So approximately it's coming out maybe 4-6 months, maybe? That's my prediction.
I don't want to give a date, just because I'm not, anything can happen. Maybe he gets busy again. Maybe he can't work on something for a little while. It's too many, factors that I don't want to give a time frame for it. But I promise when stuff happens, I will share it, and I will try to give more, timing information.
Let's move on to the fourth question. Fourth question is from Sad Castle the 7th of J. Why do updates always feel so repetitive with the tasks?
I know that was a bit of a concern for a while. Recently we've been trying to, put a lot of effort into making them a bit more unique, and make the tasks a lot more interesting. With Halloween we had the mazes, with the car factory we tried to have an OG vibe. There's a lot of effort now being put into making stuff more unique. I'm looking forward to when we release the new Plakanis. because those will also have some pretty cool, quests that we are designing at the moment, and I think people will really like that.
They will like it a lot. Like thousands of people are just very hyped about the new Pagani's. Moving on, we got 2 questions from one guy. First question is, can devs add a menu and after gears settings in a car?
People have suggested that a lot. Actually, it's funny you mention it. If we're talking about a manual transmission, I did send that recently to programmers to work on, because we've been doing some random quality of life stuff. I don't know. I know Foxy custom made the chassis, like for CDT. He didn't use an already existing one. He made it completely on his own. So it also depends on whether it's possible with the chassis we have. But if it is, I would like to have it. I think it would be cool. And if we do end up doing it, I would like to make it part of drag races, because I feel like drag races would be a lot more fun and a lot more fair if you actually had to shift gears rather than just hold your W key.
It's basically like what Taxi Boss is doing with their Halloween event. If you have checked it.
I haven't played it, but it does sound interesting, so I might play it after this interview even.
Alright. Second question from that guy is, can developers add a mini-map? Basically like also in Taxi Boss.
I know people have been suggesting that, especially with the factory, because we kind of have something similar. The tech for it exists. The only concern was, I believe, the UI placement, because the UI, especially on mobile on a small screen, is kind of I don't want to say cluttered, but it's already kind of full, so maybe making it a setting or something, I don't know. We have to see in the future, but it is technically possible to have a mini map, if that's what the question is asking.
8th question from Gan. Is Cartridge Tycoon's revenue enough to pay the developers' rent?
I can confirm that I'm not homeless, so my rent is indeed paid. If that answers the question.
Last question from my fans is, why did Foxy sell the game to GameFam specifically?
I do clear this up a little often. It is mainly a partnership. Basically, GameFam gives us a bunch of dudes that help out with the game, modelers, some programmers, things like that. It was a partnership that I believe GameFam originally gave to Foxy, and it's just kind of still ongoing. But for the most part, yeah, it is pretty helpful, having the extra programming help, especially with the models as well, with all the slice and stuff. So it is pretty helpful having the extra team members with us.
Now let's move on to 2 extra questions from me. And first question is Foxy still in the team, and is he even online? Do you have any contact with him?
Yes. He's just a little quiet. And he's been pretty busy, both on CDT and stuff outside of CDT. I can't speak too much about it because that's his thing.
Personal.
But I'll let him speak on it if he has to. Yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
Alright, and for the last question in this video, when are you guys going to open staff applications, basically hiring people, let's just say for example making trailers or just to work for the team?
There's always Discord staff that opens, whenever the Discord staff needs that. In terms of dev team, we have our partnership at the moment, which is keeping us fine. But realistically, if someone wanted to join, they could apply at any time. I do have a wait list that I edit whenever someone applies. But for the most part, yeah, I wait list whenever we get an applicant that we can't have at the time or don't need at the time, and if they ever are needed, I always make sure to add them to that list. But if you ever do want to apply, you can always make a ticket in the Discord, and that will be noted, and one of the admins will send it to me to have a look.
Alright, thanks for asking for the questions. I do actually appreciate it a lot, and thanks for you guys for helping in this video and giving me some questions. To our beloved developer, Ragan, you can say some last words for the end of the video.
Last words? It sounds quite scary. Keep an eye out. I know there's a lot of stuff about licensing people are excited for. I promise you, me in particular, I'm working day and night to try and get you guys everything that you want. There is cool stuff coming, I promise. And yeah, keep an eye out. Be patient and keep an eye out. That's all from me, really.
Alright, well, as always, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button as we join to reach 15,000 subs. And I'll see you in my next video.